Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, hey, good Friday morning to you. Welcome to the show. Ryan Nicholson, senior producer in charge of things across the hall this morning. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. We do the show from the Par-Mar Store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group. Your next ride and your next service can be found on US 119 from Chapinville to Logan to Belfry, Kentucky. Start your drive online, thornhillautomotive.com. Phone calls to the show, a service of Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, Spring Street, Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor. Virginia Street, Charleston. Visit bestmastertaylor.com. Happy Friday. A little quieter than it was this time 24 hours ago, although there are still the waters are going down. Still some issues out there, and you know where they are. And we've been reporting on them for the last well over 24 hours now. But the cleanup does continue. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to talk to making his second straight appearance on the show for 2 straight days, Lance Wheeler from the Kanawha County Commission. I already had him scheduled to be on today. And then yesterday, of course, we had the flooding situation. We checked in with him, so he's going to be on the show. Several things I want to talk about with Commissioner Wheeler, including the flooding aspect of things. It was actually discussed at the Kanawha County Commission last night. So we're going to talk to Commissioner Wheeler about that. Plus, we're going to head into your weekend talking a little sports with Jim Workman from Wally and Wimpy's. He'll be stopping by. Of course, it is Super Bowl weekend. And also earlier in the week, the WVU football schedule was finalized under the returning coach, Reg Rodriguez. And we're going to talk to Jim about that. Plus, your calls and texts are welcome, too. You can call me on any subject. I don't care. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. Now, we are efforting to get Hannah Gardner from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association on with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. I talked to Hannah via text late last night, and Ryan has tried. We've not been able to reach Hannah this morning. So, but as I always do, I already have the dog taken care of. Our dog of the week, our pet of the week, I should say. And as always, the picture's posted on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and also on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. Our dog this week's name is Sabrina. Now, she is fully sponsored, so she's also that means she's free. She is around 50 pounds, right about there. She is 1 year and 3 months old. They say that she loves the snow, which, well, that makes one of us. And she also loves running in the snow. Probably, they say, needs a fenced-in yard because she does have a lot of energy. And they report, because people always want to know, are pets going to be kid-friendly? She's had some bad experiences with little kids in the past, so probably with the older kids it'd be okay. So Hannah told me maybe age 10 and up should be okay. Probably just be on the safe side there. And Sabrina can be a little bashful at first. She loves other playful dogs, and check this out, Ryan. She loves to eat boiled chicken. So there you go. There you go. Sabrina is our pet of the week, and she, again, her picture is posted on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. So go check out Sabrina. Now, yesterday, there was some news that came out early yesterday morning, just like a lot of Kanawha Valley, some flooding concerns in and around the shelter. Yesterday, no dogs were injured, and if anything they actually moved the pets to a higher elevation there at the shelter. And if anything good came out of this, and very rarely does anything ever good come out of a flooding situation. I do understand in talking to Hannah yesterday that they had, I think it was 10 pets yesterday that were either adopted or at least fostered out. I don't know if it had to do with the high waters or what, but for some reason, they're pretty much at capacity year-round anyway up there, but they were able to get 10, I think was the number, 10 dogs out the door yesterday at the Kanawha County Animal Shelter, so that is certainly some good news. Also, one of their big events with the animal shelter is the annual Tuxes and Tails event. That has been set, and they've got information on the dates and times and everything available on the website. That's always on the social media, probably on the website too, but it's also on the social media. And, that's one of the premier events Charleston does. People go all out for the animal shelters, Tuxes and Tails, and they've got the date set. You can check that out on their Facebook page for more information there. And also another note here is if you are, of course, this is Super Bowl weekend, and it's going to dominate a lot of the conversation over the next 48 to 72 hours or so. There are a great number of animals that are involved in the annual Puppy Bowl that kind of coincides with the Super Bowl. Remember, there is a dog from the Kanawha Humane Association that is a part of Puppy Bowl. Now, I don't exactly know the name of the dog, but it's one of them. I'll try to get the information out to you on social media. So that having been said, hold on a second. I got a couple texts here. Well, sorry, Hannah's not available to. Okay. Well, I appreciate Texter just sent me the information here. Okay. Text says Alaska is a 13-year-old puppy from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, featured on the adoptable segment of the Puppy Bowl. The cutie was born on Halloween. Nothing spooky about him. A fuzzy bundle of love. And they give me more details on that. So we don't know. The texter wanted me to ask Hannah, and unfortunately Hannah's not here, as to what time it would be part of the Puppy Bowl. But yeah, Alaska is the name of the dog, apparently, that's going to be part of Puppy Bowl at some point from the Humane Association. So look for Alaska. Texter, I appreciate you bringing that up 100%. All right, so again, let's review our Pet of the Week. And again, the picture posted over on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and at Dave A70 on X. Sabrina, she is fully sponsored, so she is free. Around 50 pounds. She is 1 year and 3 months old. She loves the snow, loves to run in the snow. She also loves boiled chicken. So keep that in mind. Probably needs a fenced-in yard. And again, if you got little kids, probably not. Sabrina's probably not the dog for you, but any child that is 10 or above, Hannah says, should be okay. Can be a little bit bashful at first, but again, does get along well with other dogs. So go check out Sabrina. Let's go. We've had a really good run, folks, the last couple of weeks of getting our pets adopted here. So that is your assignment. Is let's go get Sabrina adopted. Picture posted on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and at Dave A70 on Twitter. I may have said 13 years old, 13 months old, 13-week old. I'm sorry, 13-week old. That's how old Alaska is. I may have said 13 months or 13 years or 13 whatevers. It's 13-week old puppy that would be part of Puppy Bowl. Now, I do have another little side note related to animals that I want to pass along to you. You heard me talking about it on the show earlier this week with our good friend Porter Wagner. Tomorrow, a big event happening with the Pick of the Litter Animal Rescue Group at Green's Feed and Seed over on Piedmont Road. They're doing a Valentine's Day picture session with your pets. It's tomorrow from 11 to 3 at Green's Feed and Seed here in Charleston. You can bring your pets, pets out between 11 and 3 for Valentine's pictures done professionally. They're also promising they're going to have some special guests there as well. Now, if you need more info about that, again, it's from 11 to 3 tomorrow. The Pick of the Litter Animal Rescue Facebook page or their website. You can check it out there. The website is pickofthelitter.wv.org, pickofthelitter.wv.org, or check them out on Facebook. That event tomorrow is from 11 till 3 at Green's Feed and Seed over on Piedmont Road. So go get your pets' pictures taken for Valentine's Day. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you part by Pinnacle Consultants. Poor indoor air quality can cause a variety of health issues like allergies, respiratory problems, and more. Pinnacle offers specialized indoor air quality services for residential, commercial, and industrial type settings. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can hurt you. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We're going to talk a little sports with our good friend Jim Workman from Wally and Wimpy's coming up a little bit later on. It's Super Bowl weekend. You want to weigh in on your pick? Will it be the Chiefs? Will it be the Eagles? Are you excited about the halftime show? You know, at the game, we're not only going to have Taylor Swift, but President Trump is going to be there, the first ever sitting president to attend a Super Bowl. So they're both going to be there. And what are you eating for your Super Bowl party? These are the important things I need to know. You can call us up, Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858, or the text line from Tony the Tailor, 304-935-5008. We'll take a break. We'll talk to Kanawha County Commissioner Lance Wheeler right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
The Husson's February special is a heart-shaped pizza. Show your love. Order your 14-inch one-topping heart-shaped pizza anytime in February for just $14.99. Visit your nearest Husson's for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. Order now at hussonspizza.com.
Your total automotive experience is waiting on the Thornhill Motor Mile.
Hey, it's Sydney and Nathan. At Thornhill, we're here to serve you, our family, friends, neighbors, and community. Together for over 25 years of service, we've helped keep the wheels rolling and look forward to serving you for your next automotive experience.
We are Thornhill Auto Group, with miles of cars from West Virginia to Kentucky.
Come visit us today on the Thornhill Motor Mile,
where your total automotive experience is waiting.
What if your high school junior or senior could graduate with a year of college already done? At Wynn Academy, they can. Students earn free college credits in nursing or advanced manufacturing while finishing high school, saving time and thousands in tuition. Spots are filling fast. Apply by March 4th at bridgevalley.edu/Wynn Academy. Wynn Academy, a year of college while in high school.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars. Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Seminar Sunday, February 16th at the Holiday Inn and Suites in South Charleston. Weight loss seminar starts at 11 a.m. Stop smoking starts at 2 p.m.
19 minutes after 9, Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Tailor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Husson's Pizza. It is heart-shaped pizza time. Order your 14-inch one-topping heart-shaped pizza anytime this month, even after Valentine's Day, for only $14. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Find your nearest Husson's at hussonspizza.com. Text says, Dave, I find it funny when there's a disaster, West Virginians are like, where is the government help? But vote overwhelmingly for people who want to shrink government. So much that it's ineffective, says a texter. Welcome to the show now for the second straight day. Kanawha County Commissioner Lance Wheeler. Commish, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Dave. Thanks for having me on.
I want to start, of course, yesterday. I already had you scheduled to be on today, and then we forced you into action yesterday because of the flooding. I know it was discussed at length at the county commission meeting last night. Let's talk about where we are right now. I know that I was listening to the morning news this morning. They talked that the rivers are starting to go down. I know there was some concern with areas on the Elk River and things of that nature. What can you tell us this morning?
Yeah. So first off, I want to say the Governor Patrick Morrissey in his office sent out a declaration of emergency here in Kanawha County and Cabell County as well. And so what that means is that the state is going to be sending resources to help with assessment and potential cleanup in some of these areas that was afflicted. What we saw was, again, another flood that we've always talked about here in Kanawha County. It's always been eastern Kanawha County. Those are the ones that are hit the hardest. And so what we saw kind of on this one was not only eastern Kanawha County, but we saw Sissonville area was probably impacted the most of everybody. We saw western part of the county, so Tornado, St. Albans, Nitro, Cross Lanes. And some of these areas, yet again, are areas that have not been afflicted by flooding in recent past. And so this is kind of new territory for emergency management. It's kind of new territory for the property owners, so they have a lot of questions. Where do I go for assistance? Where do I go for help? So right now what we're doing is we're doing what we call windshield assessment. We're driving around with emergency management in our planning department, and we're looking at the damage. We're talking to property owners, and we're assessing exactly where that damage is. When it comes to help, what we have to do is we have to look to see, is there a threshold that the FEMA will pay back and declaring this a natural disaster? And so that's our hard work that we have to do, is prove that case. We're starting that right now, but I've always said when it comes to a natural disaster, It's not necessarily the damage that's caused from the flooding. It's the hard work comes in afterwards, right? And so it's a lot of this assessment. It's a lot of this talking to property owners and getting this data collected so that way we could make a case if we're going to go to the federal government for assistance.
I want to talk about the culvert situation because this is not unique to Kanawha County, and I'm from southern West Virginia. We see a lot of flooding down there too, and every time it's not always. Now, what we're looking at when after the rains or after the big snow melts or whatever, river flooding, we understand that, but a lot of times it just seems to me, Commissioner, that so many of these things could be prevented. And it's not always on the government to do that. Sometimes it's on the individuals, to make sure that your storm drains are cleaned out or that areas on your roads are cleaned out or your ditches or whatever. But it just seems like we keep going back to this on the culvert situation.
I've been on your show before when we didn't even have flooding at the time. And I said that. I said culverts and ditches being filled with debris, sticks, mud, being clogged are a lot of the reasons that we see the flooding here in Kanawha County that we see today. And I think that is the biggest issue. Now, when we look at the responsibility, you're right. Some of that's private property. And, we can't go in and spend taxpayer dollars on private property. That's actually illegal by state code. And some of this is most of it is actually the responsibility of Department of Highways. Now, I'll give them a little bit of, cover in the fact of that code says that they're responsible for all the culverts and ditches across the state of West Virginia. I mean, the amount of resources that one department would have to be able to clean those all out, it doesn't make sense. What we need to do is we really need to look at government and say, hey, how can we all work together? How can the county commission in their respective county come in and work with a state agency and seeing how we can work together and actually create these culverts and to work, first off, to unclog them so that they're working properly during a flood, because we can't just say, oh, a storm's coming tomorrow, let's go out and clean all the culverts in a 911 square mile county. It's impossible. And so we really need to start looking at how can government actually be better at helping out not just private property owners with any assistance, but also these ditches and culverts, which are in right-of-ways, which are the responsibility of the Department of Highways. So we actually had this conversation last night, Commissioner Salango, Commissioner Tennant, myself, and we talked to C.W. Sigmund, our emergency management director, and, he said, I know where a lot of these culverts and ditches are. The Department of Highways doesn't know where those are. They have to cover an entire state. We need to start working together, and I think that's what we instructed CW to do. Go out, talk with the Department of Highways, get with planning, and figure out to create a plan to bring back to this commission that we can start being proactive when it comes to cleaning these culverts and ditches. We're not blaming anyone like a property owner. We're not blaming Department of Highways. What we're saying is it's time that we work together for the betterment of the entire county and its people. And if we're not able to do that, then we're just going to continue to see these flooding over and over again. We're not going to prevent all flooding, but I do believe that a lot of these areas that got flooded, it's preventable if we can just work together and actually be proactive in cleaning out these culverts and ditches.
So how do we get everybody on the same page? There's the $50 million question, Commissioner. How do we get Department of Highways? How do we get the county commission? How do we get emergency? How do we get everybody on the same page?
I don't think anyone's reluctant to do it. I just don't think it's been done yet. And that's what we said last night. That's what this commission is going to be moving forward is, saying let's start those conversations. I've always said great things can be done if nobody wants to take the credit for it, right?
Yeah.
So we need to just work together, understand why we're working together, and that's to prevent further flooding and being the environment of the entire county and its people. And if we can move forward that, I think we can start seeing some real progress. Now, it's going to take time. This is, again, a large county, a lot of ditches, a lot of culverts. But as long as we start the progress now, I think we're going to be able to see a lot of good things that can happen, and we'll see a lot less flooding in future weather events.
And I do want to make sure that people realize that there are sometimes, I didn't want to jump the gun and be too hasty there to say this is all on somebody, whether it's Department of Highways or because Mother Nature does what Mother Nature wants to do. And when you get 3 inches of rain, as some people did, in a short amount of time, you're going to have problems. If you have the most pristine of plans, you're going to have problems with that much rain.
Absolutely. There's only so much you can do with so much water coming in at one time. But I do think that there's areas that we can mitigate before a flood comes, and it will help either reduce or eliminate that flooding in that area. There's nothing wrong with us asking the question, what more can we do as a government official? And so that's what this commission has asked our emergency manager, C.W. Sigmund, and our planning department to do, is to get together, work together, and figure out things that we can do to lessen the burden of flooding in Kanawha County.
Talking again with Kanawha County Commissioner Lance Wheeler. Today, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Snap Fitness. Snap offers a wide array of professional wellness services, customized personal training, licensed recovery experts, and a staff of dietitians. 5 convenient locations, 2 here in Charleston, also Hurricane, Winfield, Barbersville, and Milton. Visit snapfitness.com for more details. And I do want to say, if you want to read some more of the actual stories of the people impacted by the flooding yesterday, Chris Lawrence has got a great story at WVMetroNews.com. He was actually out there when the morning news ended yesterday, talking to these people and going in and interviewing them. And there's pictures and things of that nature on the website. We'll move ahead just a little bit, talk about something a little bit happier, and that is getting outdoors and enjoying the great outdoors. And I understand you're going to be doing some stocking, some fishing holes, so to speak.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Who doesn't want to go out here in West Virginia in the great outdoors, enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the mountains, enjoy the waters? So this Kanawha County Commission for years now has created a program of stocking the Blue Creek River over in the Clendenin area with trout. And we do that in the spring, and we usually do it in the fall as well. And this is just a great opportunity for people to come out, enjoy the outdoors, in the local area, in these unincorporated areas that we serve as a county commission, and give them an opportunity that they can enjoy West Virginia and these outdoor activities. But it's not just about them. What we see when we do this is they bring their kids. This is for the kids. This is so kids can come out with their parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, family members, enjoy a moment together, being outdoors, getting off an Xbox and a PlayStation, and just getting outdoors and learning how to fish and just having that moment with those memories with the family. And so us doing this is giving that back to the community. We see tremendous amount of support, people coming out, not just on the day that we stock, but throughout the entire weeks ahead, of people telling us, hey, we went out and we caught a trout over on Blue Creek. My office, we moved forward to looking at Meadowwood over in Tornado. Again, that's another unincorporated area. Meadowwood is a park owned by the county commission through our Parks and Rec, and we have a nice little pond on there. And I said, well, why don't we just stock this as well so we can serve this area? So we started doing that. So with this in the spring, we're going to be stocking 3,000 pounds of trout in the Blue Creek area in Clendenin, and then for the Meadowwood Park ponds in Tornado, we're going to be stocking, I believe it's 100 pounds of catfish and bass. And so this is, again, another opportunity. Come out with the kids, come out yourself, make sure you have your fishing license, but come on out, enjoy the outdoors, and just share some memories with the family.
Again, Lance Wheeler is with us, and there's so many opportunities for people to get out in Kanawha County. And with the winter that we've had, if people have any sense at all, they're going to want to get outdoors. Even a fan of the great indoors like me, I'm thinking I should probably get out a little bit more because and there's a lot of things to do here in Kanawha County. And see, that's the thing about Kanawha County is we are very rural, but we're very urban at the same time, and so we have that perfect mixture. Dave, you want to go out the outdoors and be on a dirt bike or go fishing in a pond, you can do that. And then later that evening, you can go to a restaurant with your family in Charleston, enjoying the downtown streets. So, Kanawha County is a beautiful area. We have everything going for us. We really just need to market it more. And, I mentioned our Conventions Visitors Bureau that we just started and got accredited for. That's going to be part of that program of not just educating people to come to Kanawha County as a tourist, but to really experience all the local businesses and opportunities that we have in this county for our locals as well. And I don't want to, I think I'm going to have you on a show in the future because there is maybe some announcements coming out about some more things that are going to be coming to Kanawha County. I can't talk about it right now, but you're excited about some stuff there, Commissioner. I announced the Hatfield-McCoy Dirt Bike Trails right here on this show. That took 2 years of planning, and it took about 6 to 8 months of construction. These projects take time. A lot of people ask, well, what's next? Well, those announcements are coming. I think we might be able to announce next week, but we have a really big project that we're working on for outdoor recreation that we've been talking with some of the partners involved, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's a wonderful opportunity, and I can't wait to have the announcement, and we're going to do it right here on your show, Dave. All right. Sounds good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And you have to let me know what day so then I can tease it and we can sell more ad dollars on.
Oh, I will let you know. As the more listeners you have for the announcement, the better. I want everybody to hear about this announcement.
All right, I'll get with you later, and we'll kind of tease it as to what day you're going to be on. Maybe one day next week or the week after, you think? Or
yes, I think one day next week's going to be perfect.
All right. Kanawha County Commissioner Lance Wheeler, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, man. I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask you the big question.
Yeah.
Kansas City or Philly? Who you taking Sunday?
I'm going to take Philly because Barkley's story, I think, is remarkable.
It's a great story. It really is.
And that's how remarkable that story is, because I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for Philly. How
did Kanawha County get, and I haven't talked to Commissioner Tennant about this, but how did Kanawha County get at least 2 of the 3 county commissioners to be Cowboys fans?
Because we're really good at being an elected official, being transparent, being responsible with taxpayer dollars. But we're terrible at picking football teams.
Okay, so you're going with Philly.
I'm going with Philly. Barkley's story is absolutely amazing, and if it wasn't for those behind the scenes of his free agency, I think the story for Barkley would be completely different today. That he left for a Super Bowl team. This was him being I think this story is incredible for him, and I just want to support Barkley.
All right, there you go. All right, so there's our first prediction. Commissioner Lance Wheeler says Philadelphia wins. All right, Commissioner, we'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks a lot. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, presented in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Going to be a great season of Birds baseball over at Go-Mart Ballpark. Tuesdays are $2 Tuesdays with $2 tickets, popcorn, hot dogs, soda, and more. Wednesdays, bring your dogs to the park for Woof Wednesday. Thursdays will be Thirsty Thursdays with $1 beers and water. Fridays are Freebie Fridays. Fireworks after the game on Saturday, and Sundays is always family fun days. Kids 12 and under can get in free. For more, visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. I got some text to get to, and we are going to talk a little sports with Jim Workman when we come back right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
No matter where you are never far from a Parmar store. From gas to groceries and everything else you need, your local Parmar store has it. Sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card and download the Parmar Stores app for even more savings. With well over 230 stores in 6 states, you are never far from Parmar. Visit parmarstores.com and follow them on your favorite social media app. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Jarrett Construction has celebrated its 25th year in business, proudly serving the West Virginia community. They extend heartfelt thanks to their clients for their trust and support over the years. From schools and hospitals to car dealerships and apartments, Jarrett Construction has been dedicated to building quality projects that make a difference. Their commitment to excellence in the community remains unwavering. For all your construction needs, choose Jarrett Construction, where your vision becomes their mission. Visit jarrett-construction.com. Thank you for making their 25 years successful and impactful.
Banking is not just about numbers. It's about people. Are you connected? Without a community bank, your financial journey might feel lonely. And who will you turn to when life gets complicated? From checking accounts to loans, Poca Valley Bank has you covered. We're here to support you with personalized service and genuine care across our 8 locations. Poca Valley Bank, your community bank where relationships matter. Visit PocaValleyBank.com for more information. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Stay ahead of the political curve with Meet the Press, the legendary political talk show that has been a mainstay of American television for over 70 years. He is also on the radio. Get unique insights into the complex world of politics with thoughtful analysis and in-depth interviews that never fail to deliver. Don't miss a single episode of Meet the Press, Sundays at noon on 580 WCHS.
"24 minutes in front of 10 on a Friday morning." Ryan Nicholson, our producer today. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. In the heart of West Virginia, there exists a profound force that goes beyond the realm of sports, transcending limitations, fostering a sense of belonging, talking about Special Olympics. A remarkable initiative showcasing the latest episode of West Virginia Enriched in collaboration with Huntington stands as a testament to the power of determination, unity, and unwavering support. See a video highlighting Special Olympics, Facebook.com facebook.com/580WCHS. Let me knock out a couple texts here, and then we'll go to Jim Workman. Text says, hello, Dave. Well, hello. Have you considered also using Instagram for your radio show? I got to get me one of those Instagrams. Jim Workman, can you help me? I had one once. And I don't know, I just didn't keep up with it or something. Can you help me with it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're very photogenic. You need to be on Instagram.
Right. You believe that, right? Let me see. Text says, don't know where a previous texter got the deranged thought from. West Virginians have proven over and over again through the decades that we do not just sit around, ask for, and wait for the government to help each other. We jump all in and do it ourselves, not to mention helping people in other states like the miners who in Asheville, North Carolina, called the West Virginia boys who went down there on their own time and dime and cleared out the roads for the government, said it could take up to 18 months. Best thing government can ever do is get out of the way, says a texter. Okay, I'm not going to read that one. Text says West Virginia needs to stick to its principles and reject federal assistance, says a texter. When disasters happen in West Virginia, Republicans come hat in hand for federal assistance, mainly provided by blue states, says a texter. Text says, Dave Morrissey talking about illegals in West Virginia and stopping fentanyl coming into the state. Where was he when the opioids were passed out like candy on his watch? 2,000 deaths per year, the number one killer of all drugs on the street, says a texter. Text says, Dave, if the state legislature could work for the people like Kanawha County Commission does, we would all be better off. No social issues, says a texter. Coming up on Monday's show, Delegate Kayla Young is here. Of course, the session will begin at the Capitol next week, State of the State and all that good stuff. About a month late because they do that when a new governor comes in. But we'll talk to Delegate Kayla Young from here in Kanawha County, get her thoughts on the upcoming session. State Treasurer Larry Pack will be stopping by the studio on Monday, as will former Charleston Mayor Danny Jones. We had to have him rescheduled. I originally had Danny on the show yesterday. He did make his appearance on Talkline, but I couldn't have him on the show yesterday because we kind of spent the whole show talking about flooding issues yesterday. But I do have Danny back in studio. I'm going to grill Danny on some local stuff. Danny likes to talk some national stuff, and that's good. But I got some local stuff for Mr. Jones I want to talk about coming up on Monday's show. One other news note. It was announced yesterday that Paula Potter will be the new Kanawha County School Superintendent. She'll be taking over for the retiring Tom Williams. Kat Skeldon has a story posted about that over at WVMetroNews.com. I actually talked with Superintendent Potter yesterday, and she will be on the show next week. I think Thursday was the day that we decided on. So you want to see what she has to say. Again, we have the story posted by Kat Skeldon, WVMetroNews.com. The news team did an interview with her yesterday. I'll have an expanded interview on Thursday's show with the new superintendent of schools here in Kanawha County, Paula Potter. That's coming up on next Thursday's show. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Meeks Realty Group, where you can unlock your dream property. Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality, whether it's residential or commercial. They have Charleston and Huntington covered. Meeks Realty Group, your journey home begins with them. Contact Rich the Realtor, 304-932-7488, or email R. Klein, that's Klein with a K, at meeksrealtygroup.com. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text, 304-935-5008. Let's welcome in our good friend, Jim Workman, from the state's premier sports publication, Wally and Wempies. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing great, Dave. Appreciate being in here. This is one of the highlights of my week.
You probably need to get a life, Jim. Not going to say.
That and Instagram.
Okay, on Instagram. See, there's so many things out there for people that do what I do. And just for general, normal people too, not people like me. I mean, normal people. I mean, you got the Facebook, you got, the Snapchat, you got the Instagram, you got, there's a Telegram now, and then they're like a Blue Sky or something like that. Now, how do you keep up with you're a media mogul. How do you keep up with all this?
I'm not a big fan of Facebook and Twitter as far as
I forgot about Twitter.
Discussion goes on, like with politics and things like that. I mean, but it's a necessary evil. I think to get your name out there, to get your brand out there, to get your content out there, you have to be on there. So that's as much as I engage on there.
All right, but now you are on all of them pretty much?
On the three, X, Twitter, is probably my favorite, and then Facebook and Instagram.
The thing I've discovered about Twitter, X, it's always going to be Twitter to me. You know, it's kind of like the Coliseum and Convention Centers. Most people's always going to be the Civic Center, just part of it. The thing I've noticed about Twitter is it seems to me that there is a lot more, and there's a lot of fake information everywhere out there. We know that, but it seems like it's a lot more on Twitter. And one of the things I like about Facebook a little bit more is you can kind of control a little bit more what you see. If you have somebody that maybe you're friends with, but you don't want to see they're pro-Trump or anti-Trump, no matter what camp you're in, I'm going to be equal opportunity there, you can unfollow them. But I've noticed that on Twitter, I get the most outrageous things, and they're all related to politics and whatever, and stuff that it's crap that can't possibly in a million years be true. I see a lot more of that on X than what I do on Facebook. Maybe it's just me.
Let me help you out. I just discovered this. There's 2 tabs on X now. There's one that's just a general flow of information. Then there's one only of the things that you're following. So just make sure you unfollow those things you don't want to see.
Yeah, got it. Yep. Social Media 101, courtesy of 2 old guys. All right. We'll talk about the Super Bowl with you a little bit later on. But earlier this week, Jim, the WVU football schedule was finalized for the 2025 season. Overall thoughts on the schedule?
I'll tell you what, I think that WVU is going to have a good year. And I think, as always, they're going to win a game that they have no business winning, and they're going to lose a game that they have no business losing. And I've run down the schedule, and I can give you my record, and I can give you my upset special.
Already in February.
I've got it.
February. Okay. What do you got?
Got it.
What do you got?
So they're going to go 9-3.
9-3
overall.
Write this down, listeners.
That's right.
Jim Workman says the Mountaineers go 9-3 in the football season. Take it to the bank.
They're going to go 9-3. They're going to go 7-2 in the Big 12, which means they're going to lose a non-conference game. And guess which one they're going to lose?
Tell me.
Ohio Bobcats are going to beat the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's going to make people like Amanda Barron and Rob Cornelius really happy. But again, you're saying OU beats. What do you base that on? OY's one.
I have notes. The Ohio Bobcats were first place in the MAC last year. They won a bowl game. Guess who they beat in the bowl game last year? The Cure Bowl. They beat Jacksonville State. Okay. West Virginia University brought in about a dozen guys from Jacksonville State. So Ohio beat them in the Cure Bowl back in December. A lot of those same guys. They won their last 7 in a row, and they've got a graduate quarterback, like a 5th-year quarterback that is a dual threat. He's a really good guy, good quarterback, dual threat, throws well. They've got the freshman of the year tight end coming back, and a couple of years ago they had the freshman of the year running back in the MAC. He had a great couple of years in the MAC for Ohio. He transferred to Minnesota. I guess thinking he's going to try to go a little bit bigger. He's back. He's back with Ohio. They've got an offensive coordinator that's inventive. Like I said, Parker Navarro, the quarterback, is a good one. They've had 3 straight 10-win seasons. A lot of people around here really don't realize that. So I'm thinking that Ohio is going to surprise the Mountaineers in week 2. First road game for the Mountaineers in Rich Rod, and then they're going to rebound after
let me go ahead and make my prediction, Jimbo, since you made yours. Here's my prediction. If this happens, as you say, and West Virginia loses that second game against Ohio University, get ready for them to get ready for the Fire Rich Rodriguez chance to start.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think
let's write it down.
They're going to beat Robert Morris to open the year at home.
I would hope.
Everybody's going to feel great about that. And then they're going to get a little bit of a shock in Athens. And then they're going to bounce back.
They're going to rebound nicely, you're saying.
Yep.
Okay. And is it too early to talk about a bowl for them next year? Have you looked at that? I guess there's probably a lot of variables on that, though.
There is. I mean, 9-3 is definitely going to get you a bowl. It's not going to be. They're probably not going to be in the top 16. They're not getting in the playoffs, but they'll get a decent bowl. They'll get a good crowd to a warm weather. They'll feel good about their season, and they'll build for the next season.
All right. We're talking to Jim Workman again from Wiley and Wimpy's. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Bridge Valley, offering custom-tailored trainings to supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu. All right, any further thoughts on Rich Rod? You were the first guy I think I had on the show talking about Rich Rod's hire. Any further thoughts? I mean, there's not a whole lot that's happened other than him, doing some media appearance and things of that nature. Any thoughts on Rich Rod?
Yeah, I think the excitement level for recruiting is as good as it could ever get in Morgantown with, Pat McAfee and the Adam Pac-Man Jones guys talking up, on a daily basis on a national platform on TV and on social media. I think maybe they've got a chance to get Chris Henry Jr. next year. Mm-hmm. He's committed to Ohio State. He's a very highly recruited wide receiver. And, of course, Adam Pac-Man Jones helped raise him after his father passed away tragically when he was young. I really think that he's given him a shot in the arm. Rich Rod fever for West Virginia University is nothing but going to do nothing but help them.
Let's quickly talk about WVU basketball. They've had some big wins this season, Jim, but they struggle at times on the road. I think I heard this morning they've lost 3 in a row away from the Coliseum on the road.
They had a really bad losing streak. They bounced back with a victory last week, but the Big 12 is a really good basketball conference. So I think they've exceeded expectations already. They only brought one guy back from last season's team. To post a couple of impressive wins like they did, especially at Kansas for the first time, I think gave them a lot of confidence. They just need to kind of get it together. And, it doesn't matter until March anyway, right? I mean, make a good run in the tournament, in the conference tournament, get a good seed in the tournament, maybe get a couple rounds in. And I think that's going to be a successful season for a team that had zero expectations.
Let me go back here a minute. And Texter pointed this out, and we both skipped over this. You said the surprise upset that Ohio University would beat WVU this year. What was the surprise win? I don't think we covered that.
Oh, the surprise win.
We both missed that somehow.
All right. I think that, here's the wins that I have. I think TCU is going to be the surprise win.
Okay.
Because TCU was pretty good. They were 9-4 overall last year, but they're coming into Morgantown on homecoming. So that's October the 25th. I think they beat TCU. But the other wins that I have for the Mountaineers are Pitt. Actually, I have them going undefeated at home this year.
Okay.
Robert Morris, Pitt, Utah. Utah was picked number 1 last year.
They have a Friday night game this year, don't they?
Friday night is BYU.
Oh, BYU.
And I have them losing that in Provo, Utah.
That's
one of the losses. So TCU's a win. They're going to beat Colorado at home, and they're going to beat Texas Tech in the season finale at home. But the losses are Ohio, BYU, and Arizona State.
All right, you heard it from Mr. Workman.
Yep.
Older adults should protect themselves against severe respiratory disease. Talk to your doctor about flu, COVID-19, and RSV vaccines. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The text line has been pretty quiet today as it comes to Super Bowl predictions. I want to know your Super Bowl predictions. You can text me or call me. Again, I want to know, will it be the Chiefs or will it be the Eagles come Sunday? Are you excited about Donald Trump being there as well as Taylor Swift being there? Will this be the time after if the Chiefs do win that Travis Kelce announces his retirement from the NFL and he proposes to Taylor Swift on national television? Who knows? We've already seen all the commercials. I mean, all the commercials have been floating around everywhere, so no real surprise there. And then more importantly, what are you eating? That's what we want to know. Jim Workman is here. We'll take a break. Be back right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
By the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
This is Jim Strong from Monticola Security. Risk mitigation, asset protection, employee safety, compliance, emergency response, peace of mind, and more. Monticola Security. Whatever, wherever, whoever needs protection. That is their passion. Serving the tri-state area. Being safe and secure is not a product, it's a process, a sense of peace. Contact Monticola at monticolasecurity.com or give them a call, 304-595-1500.
Tune in this week to 580 WCHS for your chance to win tickets to Rain, a tribute to the Beatles coming to the Clay Center on March 14th. Listen afternoons 3 to 6 during Metro News Hotline for details on how you can win. With just 3 chances to score tickets, make sure you're tuned in and ready to play. Don't miss your shot to experience the magic of the Beatles, only during Hotline on 580 WCHS.
This new year, make your money work for you. Get started by taking advantage of MCWV FCU's limited time share certificate special. Right now, you can get a share certificate at 4.68% APY for 10 months. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Get yours today at memberschoicewv.com or visit us at 201 Ohio Avenue in Charleston. MCWV FCU is federally insured by the NCUA. Additional restrictions may apply.
We got 8 minutes away from 10. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. Brought to you part by Live Healthy West Virginia. Presented by WVU Medicine. Live Healthy tackles pressing health issues of all types. It's a great podcast. Offered insights into medical breakthroughs featuring WVU Medicine's expert physicians. Check out the latest episodes. WVMetronews.com under the podcast menu and start your journey towards better health today. Jim Workman, Wally and Wimpy's is here. All right, let's get to the big game. See, I can call it the Super Bowl because I'm not trying to sell anything.
Okay.
You can't advertise that come to Jim's Bar and Grill for the Super Bowl party because that's illegal. But you can, I can, in the throes of news, you can refer to it as the Super Bowl, but we cannot try to sell it. So in the championship game for the Lombardi Trophy between the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles and the American Football Conference champion Kansas City Chiefs, what are you looking for?
I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this one. They're going to end the three-peat threat by the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Jalen Hurts was concussed in Week 16. I think he's going to be healthy enough. He's proved it in the playoffs. And I think with Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, great defense for Philadelphia. I think they pull it out, and I'm going to say they win it by a touchdown.
Okay. Yep. All right. TJ Meadows is here to do our little talk line preview. We'll get to that in a couple moments, but you want to weigh in on this before we get serious? And I've actually got some text for you, Jim, but go ahead. You want to weigh in on this?
Give me the Cowboys because they have the best helmets.
Yeah. They'll never let me live that down. That's why I became a Cowboys fan. Yeah. All right. What are you thinking, Philly or?
No, I'm going to go Chiefs. I think it's, I don't know about the score. I think one touchdown is probably good.
Yeah.
But that's I'm going to go the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs 28-21. I think so. And like, as I've been saying, and TJ and I talked about this yesterday, all these conspiracy theories about the Chiefs and, you know, whatever, and them getting the calls. Quarterbacks in generals, get calls, you know, no matter who they are. And I really don't care, to be honest with you, who wins or loses this game. Being a Cowboy fan, I cannot possibly cheer for Philadelphia. So I guess I'm pulling for Kansas City, but I really don't care. I doubt I'll even stay awake for the whole thing, to be honest with you. One thing I will guarantee you, though, is that people will complain about the halftime show. Because if you don't like the halftime show, as we saw the last couple of years, that's what people argue about more on social media. Is if you dare say anything about the halftime show, then you're a horrible person. And if you don't like it because the performer happens to, you know, be hip hop or rap, then you're racist. You can dislike something, you know, no matter what. I mean, I don't even watch the halftime show, to be honest with you. That's my time to go grab another beer or grab some more food out of the kitchen. So I'm not even probably going to watch the halftime. And like I said, on the commercials, you've already seen the commercials. I mean, they're everywhere. I don't know if there's any commercial I haven't seen, but I'm going with KC 28-21. What are we eating, Jim, on for Super Bowl for you?
Man, I think you have to go wings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wings and maybe pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
The staples. TJ?
Yeah. So normally I smoke a chuck roast, but I don't have that kind of time this weekend, so I'm going to smoke some wings. I'll probably start them early Sunday afternoon, and that'll be the deal.
Nothing like and so we're invited? Is that what you're saying?
I'll check with the missus. She controls all the activities. You know that.
Yeah, I got it. Jim, Texas, West Virginia has only finished above 500 one time in the Big 12. It's the weakest the Big has seen in the history of the conference. They're going 7-5, says the texter.
Okay, get your own radio show.
Hey, don't insult my.
I think Kelsey's gone though. Win or lose, I think he's done.
Yeah, I think
do too.
He's got a big enough brand right now. He doesn't need the NFL. The NFL
Bingo.
needs him a lot more than he needs the NFL.
Yep.
Text says, "Dear Dave, win or lose, Philly will burn down half the city. Philly going to Philly." Says the texter. Text says Eagles win 31-28. Text says, Dave, I love that Trump will be there. Football fans love him. Over the years, we've made homemade subs or paninis, chips with dip, chips and salsa, or buffalo chicken dip. And my favorite wings, Gino's original breaded wings. Dessert is mandarin orange cake. That's where we're going. We're going to find out where this person is.
So I'm canceling my smoking.
Yeah, I mean, you had me at any of that.
Live remote from that.
That person's house. We're just going to show up and go, hey, we're here. We won't even have equipment plugged into anything. We'll just pretend like we're on it. Jim, what else is getting your attention in the world of sports these days? Anything else that you kind of got your eye on?
Yeah, it's basketball season. It's going to be basketball tournament for us. I was just talking to Fred in the green room a little bit. For the first time in a couple of years, I believe, that we've got the Mountain East Conference not interfering with the girls' state basketball tournament that week. He actually told me that, with the schedule the way it turned out this year, they're going to be in Wheeling for the Mountain East Conference, and then the girls' state basketball tournament the following week, and then the boys' state tournament. Of course, the boys and girls are in Charleston, so that's going to eat up a lot of March, and that's great basketball. The Mountain East is a very underrated or overlooked, frankly, in West Virginia. It's great basketball. We've got a couple of great programs right here in the Valley with State and UC. So I really encourage people in the last couple of weeks of the regular season, get out and watch some great basketball. Typically, State and UC play against each other in that last week, so that'd be a good time to get out and watch some great basketball.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Text says, with his past 20 years hits like I'm going to miss her, Alcohol, Mud on the Tires, and the Gen X theme song Letter to Me, I think Brad Paisley would put on an amazing halftime performance. Of course, he would close it with a crowd sing of Country Roads. You say what?
I love it. All right. Yeah, do it.
Jim, when are we going to do another Wally and Wimpy's night at Buffalo Wild Wings? You got one of those coming up soon?
Thursday, February 20th. We always do it on the third Thursday of each month. We've got some tickets to give away, a lot of cool stuff. It's always fun.
And I always try to post about that. You can check out Wally and Wimpy's on Facebook. Where can people read Wally and Wimpy's?
WallyandWimpySports.com will take you right to the digital edition, and we are sending out, if you sign up for a free membership, you get it sent to your email. So I encourage you to do that.
All right. Texas Dave, I thought Trump was boycotting the NFL. Well, I guess he forgot. All right, Jim Workman, I appreciate you being here. TJ, what's on the big show today?
Chris Steyerwalt joins us at 11:06. We'll talk about his latest column at thehill.com on Donald Trump. Amanda Barron calls in from Canaan Valley, our friend Amanda. She's up there for a project that allows wounded warriors a time of retreat and respite. So we'll talk with her. J.B. McCuskey suing the state of New York over Climate Superfund. We'll get into that with him at 10:30. Ryan Schmelz at 10:23. The U.S. Senate's at Mar-a-Lago this weekend. I guess they'll do that and then go to the big game.
Possibly. And steam release, of course, too.
Steam release, 11:30.
And next week you guys are at the Capitol. Starting when?
Bring it on. Thursday.
I'm
pumped.
Pumped. Ready to go. Get the sports guy in here, man. You're ready to run through a brick wall right now. All right.
Set it up.
All right. Coming up on Monday's show, State Treasurer Larry Pack will be stopping by. Delegate Kayla Young and former Charleston Mayor Danny Jones. Have yourself a great weekend, folks. I will see you Monday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston and 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.